hooked up. I'm gonna drag it down behind to the place, creek. Got the pipe down to the creek, across the field, down at the creek now. And it honestly looks really good. They actually did a nice job here. I think a little bit of work in this pipe may be able to go in. This tree fell down, and there's the creek. And this pipe, it's got about 6 inches of water going in it, and it goes all the way down. And it's flowing off the other side where these trees fell down. You can see the water falling out. So these trees got to be picked up and moved. This here is fairly dry. It's drying out pretty good, but there's water coming out of the ground right here. And unless I can get some dry material put over this real quick, it's going to keep coming out of the ground, make a mess. There's the water coming out of the pipe. The other end's down there, and as you can see, I've already driven across the pipe. This material here seems to be dry, and like I said before, this area of the water seeping out of the ground, and I need to get something solid on top of it to stop it. And hopefully I've got more dry material up there to bring down here. This area here was loaded up with that tree material there, really mucky tree limbs, was all buried right here. That's probably why the water's here. So digging up stumps, this is what you see, is you get a lot of dry material on top, but then if you take a look here, this is all dripping wet underneath in a gray clay layer. So this here will make a nice soft spot, and because of the wet gray clay, I don't know if you can see all that moisture in there. Very wet underneath this stump. Now of course it's dead and rotting, but that red clay would be fine. It's got some gray in it, but it would be fine to stay dry. But so work continues. Got the homestead here, looking good. And this is the driveway coming up. It's got a bit of a ditch right here. Right there is a ditch all the way along the edge to help drainage, keep the road from being wet. But it goes across the top and around the corner and down the hill, and then it's coming back this way. So it's getting done. I think I got all the stumps out of this part of the driveway going all the way down, but I just wanted to get up here and check this out. So the driveway coming in, it's got a ditch here. It goes up and around the corner, pretty wide up there. So at the creek side with the culvert, and just wanted to kind of show what the wet was like. This is kind of just seeping out of the ground, but when you get further down, I don't know if it's visible. But this is just like fluid. You can see when I step here that moves. And I don't know, I mean, it just happens where you have wet spots, water traveling under the ground. Another one is over here where I seem to be getting bogged down in this hole right here. and trying to get this stump out. That one was in there from before. It was just laying over the side. So trying to get these out without this tree here. And then I got those out of there. Those all got drug up the hill. And then those were falling over, so trying to get those out. So the culvert's right here, the creek's there, and on that side, that's where all the wet spots are. That's where I found all the tree material that was buried. It was tree material like this. Yeah, like that, just buried under the dirt, and all that does is let the rainwater soak in deeper into the soil and it doesn't dry out. So it will dry out, but to help that, I had to start slot dozing dry material from up there. You can see the slot. Bring it down here. This big stump that was here, right there, made a big hole, and that was wet. So I had to dig that out and bring in dry material for that. But this is sandy clay, and you can see the slot here. I'm gonna have to go pretty deep to get all the material I'm gonna need. I estimate it's probably 100 tons, maybe 150 tons of dirt that needs to be pushed down there. But anyhow, it's better to not find wet spots, but at least I've got some material here to work with. This is dry. Underground, there's always stumps that you find in this. And I had to dig out a bunch of stumps to get to this. But I had to clear quite an area to get down there. And anyhow, I got to get my truck turned around before it gets dark, otherwise I won't be able to see.